Hey traders, welcome to a Forex update just before non-farm payroll tomorrow. So sorry for my absence the last couple of weeks. I've just been enjoying a bit of the summer holidays. It's time to get back in front of the charts now and take advantage of potential market movements leading through to the end of the year. So we're just going to focus on majors and minors with non-farm payroll tomorrow. Basically what we're looking at here is dollar index on a 4-hour chart. If we just zoom out a little bit, you'll see the kind of pattern that the dollar index has been in. Oh, I deleted one of my trend lines, so let me just put this in so you can see it. It's basically a rising channel where we're currently at. You can see it's broadening. I'd still be looking for this market to be slightly bullish, and I'll give you an indication why, what we're seeing here. So initially what we've seen is the market move in a downward trend down to the bottom of the broadening wedge. We see consolidation, the market breaks out, creates a new high, and then it pulls back into the top of the consolidation. Also, you can look at this like an inverted head and shoulders, with the left shoulder being here, start of the neckline, the head, completed neckline, right shoulder. So the aggressive traders will be looking to buy the dollar right now up into the neckline. The more conservative traders will wait for a break of the neckline and a retest, and then continued long up towards 97. So if we're looking for dollar strength, providing we get some rejection around this 95 barrier, then what we'll be looking for is shorts euro, shorts cable. So let's just look at the euro. If we just zoom out again on this chart, you'll see it's printing a similar picture to the dollar index, but just inverse. What we have here is we've got CTL going up, we've got the market testing a longer term descending trend line, which is the top of the channel. We'll look for that market to break down, potentially under 1.1620. I'll just put a price tab in there so you can see the level we're looking at. About here. So we're looking for that market to break down below that area, and we should then see a push into this area, and then potentially a further move down, because there's the head and shoulders, there's your neckline, and then a further push down towards these cycle lows down here at 1.1340. So you can see there's plenty of pips on the board here available just from the euro. If we look at the cable now, what we saw in cable is we saw a lovely break of the CTL. So cable, as you can see, has been producing clear lower lows. Let me just mark these in. You see the market's been progressively putting lower lows in. Oops. So your bias remains short. So the most important thing is when the market's putting in lower lows, that shows the momentums to the downside. Now if we look, you can see we had a slight push up there, creating a slightly higher high than this one. But the most important thing was that the market has now resumed momentum back to the downside again. We look at the retracement here from this point. Market retraces back to here, and then again produces another lower low. We then come into this area here. The market breaks the CTL, pulls back to test the CTL today. Now what was really interesting here, you probably can't see it, I've written this in here, gap. So this is where the market opened Sunday night, it gapped down and then tried to rally, failed, and that's where it broke the CTL. Now we look at this market, when we see gaps, the gaps usually have to close. So yesterday we got that announcement regarding Brexit, the market spiked up hugely, closed the gap, probably took out a load of short traders, and now what we've seen is price testing this structure point and the CTL. So we've got one support, resistance, and again acting as resistance here. More importantly, if we look at the trend line or the CTL, we've got multiple touches here, again here and here. Market breaks through, it comes back to retest, and we're getting a double top as it closes the gap. So any break below this 4 hourly candle, I'd expect to see the lows of 127 touched. So good opportunities setting up on cable. Dollar Swiss, well, we've got a similar opportunity here We're still looking for that dollar strength. The market came down. Let's just zoom out so you can see the kind of picture we're looking at here. So let's go to a higher time frame. Okay, so we've got this downward channel that the market then broke out of. It retested, created a longer term double top, and it's come back down to test that same descending channel. Now if we look at that in more detail and we drop down to the 4 hourly, what you'll see is the CTL, or the trend line here. The market breaks out of that, comes back down, so we're now testing the same structure point. Is this going to be price failure, and are we going to see good numbers out of the non-farm payroll? If we are, expect to see this market really move up. Double bottom here. I think first targets, you've got to be talking sort of 98.50s in this region here. Structure lows 1, 2, so 98.50, that's a best part of a 170 point move from the current price, so there's plenty of opportunity for more pips here. The yen's been a bit messy, and we've been waiting for some price confirmation. We're looking for a break of this trend line here, so we might get that break today. With the non-farm payroll, we'll look for a spike and sell that from about 111.40. I'll put a price point in there just so you know exactly which price we're looking for. We're looking for the market to come back up into that area after it's broken through here. If you are a breakout trader, you can sell live at market and put stops above structure. Minimum target you're looking at is 109.80, and then I'd be looking at extended targets past that. Let's take a look at, sorry guys, for some reason I've deleted my Aussie USD chart, so let's just bring that back in. So here we're looking, interestingly, Aussie is potentially showing signs of a reverse, so we might see a little bit of Aussie strength. Now that could be on the back of a gold momentum move. It doesn't agree with the dollar strength that we're seeing, but remember the dollar index sign, but remember Aussie USD is not part of the dollar index basket. So I'll be watching for this market, see what happens. Clues will be if it breaks through the descending CTL, or whether it breaks through the descending bottom of the falling wedge. That'll be dependent which way we want to trade this market, whether it's going to be a long or a short trade. So right now we're at a pivotal point where the market's either going to break out and continue to the upside, or we're going to break out to the downside and continue to the downside. We're looking at gold because gold has made a move today. This is what we've seen. We've got a 4-hour falling channel. We've had a change in cyclical pattern. Broke through this longer term trend line, creating new higher highs, higher lows. Now the retracement or the correction is in play, this channel. The cyclical patterns are getting smaller, and we've now broken out of this descending channel. We've come back up into this resistance area, what was support through here. Again, I'll just put a price point in here for you. So what we're looking for is we're looking for price to drop down into about the $11.96 to $1,200 barrier, and then we'll be looking to then trade that long through here with sort of minimum targets of 1216, and if we really do start to get a catapulted move, we're going to be heading up towards the 1300s and 1366 major resistance. Final chart to look at will be silver. Now this one we're already long from at $14. Those that are members of our COT signal group. So if you are a member of that, we had a buy limit at 14. However, I was a little bit greedier. I was looking for a few extra points, so I didn't get triggered. So I'm now looking for price to double bottom fail before we get that next move up. Now there will be options to add in on this market. Those options will come via breaks of structure. So things that we'll be looking for will be break of this, or this. You know, you got to adhere to your rules, and it's not about trading like the person that's sitting in front of you analyzing the market. You have to formulate your own rules that you can adhere to based on the lifestyle that you currently live, whether you're working 9 to 5, whether you do night shifts, whether you work from home. You're all going to have slightly more flexible routines than others. So just remember, also don't bother trading if you don't have a trading plan and know how to risk manage. If you are one of those people, then the first thing you should do is click on the link below or come straight to www.tradeandtrain.com, join our traders club and start building a trading plan from day one. Okay, I think that's pretty much, in fact, I tell you what, I'll just bring in a couple of the indexes for you to have a look at. So what we're looking at here on the Dow is see if we're going to get a break of 25,986. Just put this level in, and then we'll be looking for potential buying opportunities in and around this area, around the 2500. The Nasdaq looking very, very similar, but it's broken down and is quite a way ahead of the other markets in terms of a sell-off. Now opportunity might come around 74.70 to get long. We'll look for price action at this point to decide whether you're going to go for longs or shorts, because we could break or bounce at this point. So that's it from Trade and Train today. Remember, it's big day tomorrow. It's non-farm payroll. Make sure you trade with rules, correct risk management. That is if you are going to trade. If you're not, then sit out, wait for the direction, and come back next week with fresh eyes. If you've liked the information provided today, please do me a favor, and we would really appreciate if you hit like, share, and subscribe. So share it with your audience, with any fellow traders. You know, the more people we have watching this that we can help develop their trading skills, we really appreciate that. So have a great day, and we'll see you next week with our next update.